What's up, and welcome back to Hoof Hub. Today we are working on a back left hoof of a Holstein cow at a dairy farm, and we have a white line lesion on a foot, obviously here, and we are going to peel it apart, and I'll show you exactly what I'm about to do, and I'll explain kind of what I'm doing. I've had a couple requests for people asking what the heck is a white line, and I'll kind of explain it to you, if the best of my abilities at least. So there's a line, and it's actually visible once you start to trim the cow, and if you can see it on the outside edge of the entire hoof, there's a line that goes, it's kind of that pear shape, it's a 1/4 inch from the edge of the entire hoof, and so there's a white line, and I trim every cow based on that line. I will trim the based on like length of toe, and I will keep trimming until I think it's short enough, and that's based more on experience. So I will trim, and immediately you'll see the white line, even if the hoof is 3 inches too long. But immediately I will see the white line, and it's just a judgment call on how long you trim, and that white line keeps moving upwards because it's connected to the periople, which is the skin line of that hoof. So it grows out from the hoof wall, and it's basically a line inside of that wall. Anyway, that's where a lot of lesions happen because it's the weakest point of the hoof. I hope I'm making sense while I'm explaining all this, but it's the weakest point of that hoof. So if anything punctures it, or if anything happens, immediately it's a white line lesion because it punctures and it goes inside of the corium, and it goes either outside the hoof wall on the outside, or it just stays on the surface. Anyway, so white line lesions happen from either they're feeding the cows with a different corn, or like a really hot corn, which means like it's high in protein or whatever it is, and it can be high in grass, or if someone accidentally fed too much grain for 3 days in a row, it immediately affects the hoof. As you see in this hoof here, there's bruising around the sole ulcer site, and that would strictly be from either standing too long, or it could be a feed problem. But a lot of things that happen in a cow's life show up in a hoof. If I really looked at a hoof and I washed it off, I could almost tell you how many months ago she calved, because there will be a ripple on the outside of that hoof wall, and there's a stress point where the hoof wall, or the hoof, will stop growing, and then immediately after that stressor, it'll start to grow again, and there'll be a ripple in that hoof wall, and it'll be like a stunted growth in it. So anyway, I'm kind of getting out of hand, but trying to explain this whole white line situation. But white lines happen because it's a weak point in the hoof, and it's just an easy kind of site for an ulcer to happen, or a lesion to happen. This is a very minor one. It's at the top of her hoof wall, and it goes right outside of her heel, and this is, I mean, it's very minor. Like, I'll put a block on this cow, but I will tell the farmer, hey, I'm going to put a block on this cow. She might limp for a day or two, maybe, if that, but she will be fully healed within like 12 days, 14 days kind of thing. I could pick this foot back up again, and I'll be like, oh yeah, there was a white line lesion there, but it is fully healed. So anyway, for treating this foot, I'm going to spray with Alu spray, which is that silver spray that I love, and then I'll block her. This cow will be completely fine, and this is a very minor version of what a white line is, but I thought I'd try to explain exactly what it is to you guys so that you understand it in other videos. And I'm sure for the people that keep listening to this channel, you will hear this too many times because I'll explain it a couple times again. But there's a lot of people that are first-time viewers and are trying to figure out what the heck is going on sometimes. Anyway, I will block this cow. She will be on her way, and I probably will never see her again until I routine trim her, and I never realized that there was a white line there in the first place. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later.